In the summer, my dad wants to be cold. And in the winter, he wants to be hot. He's never happy with the weather.
It's easy to find something to complain about, but it's a lot harder to be content. My name is Zach, and this is listener-supported Keys for Kids. I'm so glad you stopped in today. So, what's your least favorite season? Maybe it's winter because of all the cold and wet, or maybe it's summer because it's just too hot, or maybe there are things you don't like about every season. But instead of grumbling, you can find things to be grateful for in any situation. Even the Apostle Paul, who endured tons of pain for sharing the gospel, said this in Philippians 4:11, "I have learned to be content in whatever circumstances I find myself." And now, for our story, it's entitled, Whatever the Weather. Dad groaned as he sat down to put on his snow boots. "This cold weather is unbearable. After this winter, I'll never complain about being too warm again. I wish we had a hot sun right now." With a twinkle in her eye, Theodore's mom pulled up something on her phone and handed it to her son. Theodore grinned at her and put his finger to his lips. "Shh," he mouthed. Then he snuck up behind Dad and hit the play button. "Phew!" Dad's voice boomed from the speaker. "This heat is unbearable. I'll never complain about the cold again. I'd give a lot for a few inches of snow right now." "What?" Startled, Dad twisted around in his chair to look at Theodore. "When did you record that?" Theodore laughed. "Last summer. Mom and I hear the same thing every summer and every winter. We just wanted you to hear it yourself." Dad laughed too. "Caught by my own words. How quickly we forget. I guess we're hard to please, aren't we?" Mom nodded. "It's easy for us to find something to complain about, isn't it?" "I don't complain about the weather," said Theodore. "I like summer and I like winter. I'm easy to get along with." He grinned at his parents. "I wasn't just talking about weather complaints," said Mom. "I know," Theodore sighed. "I guess I do complain about other things. Instead of looking for things to complain about, we should focus on being thankful for good things, shouldn't we?" "Right," said Mom. "God has filled our lives with so many good things, and He's given us the best gift of all, Jesus. The Bible reminds us that we can be content no matter what our circumstances are like because of Him. Even when things aren't the way we'd like them to be, we can rest in the hope and joy of Jesus, knowing we have eternal life with Him." "Thank you both for the reminder." Dad finished lacing his boots and stood up. "I'd better go shovel the driveway and be thankful I don't have to pull weeds in the garden today." He grinned at Theodore. "Did you record this conversation too? I might need to be reminded of it again when the weeds start to grow." So how about you? Is it easy for you to find things to complain about? When things change, do you notice something else you wish was different? Things aren't always the way we wish they were, but the Bible tells us that instead of complaining, we can be content. Because of Jesus, we can look past our present circumstances to the eternal hope and joy we have in Him. Thank God today for the gifts He's given you, and trust Him to help you be content. Our key verse is found in the New Testament letter to the Philippians, chapter 4, verse 11.
I have learned to be content in whatever circumstances I find myself.
And our key thought for today, be content in any situation. Hey, thanks for taking the time to listen to Keys for Kids today. I hope that you'll share it with a friend, and then I'll catch you both back here tomorrow. Well, I'm Zach. Thanks for listening to Keys for Kids.